In the eastern Indian city of Kunsanagar, there lived a shoemaker named Camaripa. He was part of the local shoemakers guild, one of the 18 artisan castes in the city. Each day, he made new shoes and repaired old ones. Yet in his heart, he longed to leave this trade. He did not believe he was born to be a shoemaker and often dreamed of doing something else with his life. One day, a monk passed by his shop. Upon seeing the monk, Camaripa immediately dropped his work and ran outside. On the sandy ground before the monk, he bowed deeply in reverence. He exclaimed, "I'm weary of the endless toil, desire, and ignorance of this life. I yearn to follow the path of the Buddha, but have never encountered a qualified teacher. Please, teach me a method that can benefit both this life and the next." The monk, with kindness, replied, "If you feel ready to undertake the practice, I will teach you." Camaripa asked, "Would you be willing to accept offerings in the humble home of one such as me, born of a lowly caste?" The monk responded, "At sunset I shall come." Camaripa informed his wife and asked her to prepare for their guest. By the time the monk arrived, everything was ready. With great respect, Camaripa and his wife invited him to sit, washed his feet, and offered a modest meal. His wife and daughter served the monk attentively, giving him massages and ensuring he was at ease. Deeply moved by their sincere hospitality, the monk gave the couple an initiation and taught them this pith instruction.
Wrap the leather desire and fixed views around the mold of compassion. Use the Guru's teachings as your needle and carefully stitch the thread free from the 8 worldly winds. Thus, you will craft the miraculous fruit, the Dharmakāya shoes. These wondrous shoes of realization are invisible to those whose minds are clouded by impure perception. Take the leather of conceptual thought and bias, shape it with the mold of great compassion, and drill it with the Guru's instructions and the sharp point of your meditative insight. Stitch it with a thread of equanimity in pleasure and pain. In this way, you will create the naturally accomplished shoes of the Dharmakāya. Visualize your work as a form of meditation.
Camaripa understood the deeper meaning and asked, "What signs will appear when I practice in this way?" The master replied, "At first, you will develop a strong revulsion towards cyclic existence. Then, all arising thoughts will dissolve into their true nature." With that, the master disappeared. Camaripa left his home and began practicing meditation in seclusion. The signs his guru had predicted began to manifest. Using the shoemaking metaphor, he described his realization. Wearing the shoes crafted from the Guru's teachings, he leapt across the 6 root delusions driven by ignorance. After 12 years of unceasing practice, he purified all defilements from his mind and attained Mahasiddhas, Great Seal realization. During his 12 years of practice, the task of making shoes was taken over by the deity Kundasvakarman, patron of artisans. The townspeople of Kunsanagar remained unaware of Camaripa's spiritual progress until one day, someone came to inspect a pair of shoes and found him in deep meditation, while Kundasvakarman was working at the bench, crafting shoes for him. Astonished, the man spread the news. Crowds came to witness the miracle and asked Camaripa to teach them. He shared the immense benefits of the Guru's path and explained various methods of practice. People began calling him Camaripa the Siddha, the accomplished shoemaker, and he became known far and wide by this name. After performing many miraculous acts for the benefit of beings, Camaripa attained the rainbow body and was taken to the pure land of the Dakinis in that very body. Whether Camaripa practiced at his workbench or in the forest has been debated. If it was the forest, he must have returned 12 years later, which explains Kundasvakarman's visit and the public's later discovery. But if his home referred to his mental state before the initiation, and the secluded place was the mind free from concepts and worldly concerns, then he practiced while continuing to work, a view consistent with the teachings of Saraha and the Dakini transmissions. In this interpretation, Camaripa's 12-year practice happened alongside his work, guided by the Guru's teachings. Eventually, he witnessed Kundasvakarman crafting shoes through him. With no attachment to his craft and no mental fabrication interfering, His hands produced flawless work, the Dharmakāya shoes. In this state, he had transcended the 8 worldly dharmas: praise and blame, gain and loss, pleasure and pain, fame and disgrace.